today, the baked ziti. And now it's just time to enjoy it.
Hi Bella,
Hi bello.
e cosa stai facendo oggi?
Oggi facciamo rigatoni al forno.
In inglese?
For our friends in English, we're making baked ziti.
Baked ziti. Okay, what do we got here? What kind of ingredients?
Okay, here, first of all, we have the ziti. It's a dry pasta. Then we have ground beef. Today we're making just with beef, but you can put sausage, you can put pork, turkey, anything you like, and mix it all and you get more flavor.
Okay.
And here we have a ricotta cheese, Parmigiano cheese, mozzarella, and then we have onions with carrots and celery to start the sauce with. And here I have my homemade tomato sauce.
And the homemade tomato sauce, you can also find a video of us making that as well, so you can go back and watch that.
Yes.
All right. You ready to get started?
Yes, I'm ready.
Andiamo.
Okay. So the big thing growing up, I think at the time I was probably 15 or 16 years old, and I was already working full time, and my mom was working full time. We're all working, but the weekend would come up, and oh boy, it was a feast. And when we had to make pasta al forno, which in English we say baked ziti, was a big production, because we would make like tons, maybe 5 pounds of ground beef mixed with sausage, everything. And then we would make everybody sitting there around the table with my mom, my sister, and we make tiny, tiny meatballs. Because instead of putting the meat into the sauce, we would dress the pasta with tiny meatballs. And that was huge. That was a Sunday lunch. And the same thing we would do with lasagna. When we had lasagna, it was a 2-day work to prep everything for lasagna. Because then it wasn't like now, that you gotta invite somebody to let them know if they want to come over. Back then in the late 60s, people would just show up at your door, say, we're here, and we have an amazing time enjoying the lunch. But everybody would do that. It wasn't just us. That's how I grew up doing.
And then learning from each other.
Yeah, from each other, and that's I kept doing after I got married, when I had the kids, always involving the kids to stay with me, to cook with me. I would tell them what we were making. Everybody knew about it, and this is so amazing. Up to this day, they still remember everything. And sometimes we talk about it and we have such an amazing time. Remember them growing up and myself, because I grew up with them. So this is amazing. So now we go to the other side, to the stove, and we'll start our beautiful sauce.
Okay, Bella, so what do we got here?
I would put about 4 tablespoons of olive oil.
Okay.
And now we put all our veggie.
And how long are we gonna do this for?
Just for a minute or two.
Okay.
Not too long. Now we'll season it with some black pepper. and salt.
It's already smelling good.
Ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me just cook for a few seconds.
Okay, Senor, what do we got there?
Okay, here I have bay leaf. These ones are dried. See, look how pretty they are.
Right.
And it gives us such a beautiful flavor. You have to know about it. If you make your sauce with bay leaf one time and you make it without bay leaf the next time, you can tell. But make sure that before you serve the sauce, you remove the bay leaf.
Okay.
Okay. So now we open it up over here, so we have a very nice hot spot in the middle. Look the way I do it. And that's where we put the meat in. You see? And we put the meat in there. And we break it up. And this is the time when you put a little bit high the temperature, just to help you to break the meat down. Okay, so now the meat, it's halfway there. It's all breaking up the way I like it. See?
Smells delicious, per usual.
And now we'll put some rosé wine to deglaze everything. Beautiful.
So you wait until all the juices evaporate.
Yeah. Now we give a minute. Okay, now it's time for the tomato sauce. Beautiful.
It's amazing. It smells even better.
Okay, let me go get some water so I can rinse out the jar.
Now, how long are we going to cook this for?
This one here now, 30 minutes, it will be perfect because again, we have to put it in the oven for another 20 minutes.
Okay.
So it's gonna be great. So I'm gonna get some of the beautiful basil and we'll put it in. There it is. How pretty. And we'll season the tomatoes a little bit. And we'll put just a few of this.
Some chili flakes?
Yeah, just a little bit. See? It's almost boiling. So we put it lower. We cover it and we let it cook for half an hour.
Okay. Ciao.
Bye.
Did we salt the water or did you put olive oil? What do you do?
Just salt. I don't put olive oil because if I put olive oil, the beautiful sauce doesn't stick to the pasta.
And then how long are we going to do this?
So this one here now we're gonna make it really al dente. Then we drain it and we dress it up with a beautiful sauce, with the meat sauce and the mozzarella and the ricotta cheese and Parmigiano cheese.
And then we'll
put it back in the oven.
Okay, that's why. So we're not going to cook it 100% because
No.
we're going to bake it.
Yes.
Okay.
We bake it for 20 minutes at 350.
Bravo.
Okay. And
Got the
this
beautiful
is
sauce.
beautiful. Look at that.
Nice. Okay, so now what's next?
Okay, now I'm gonna drain the pasta.
Okay. What do you think? It was about 10 minutes you were there? Cooking the pasta?
Yeah. Because this pasta here takes like 13 minutes.
13.
Put it back in here. Okay.
So now you're adding it to the pot.
Yes. And this is a beautiful Sunday dinner or lunch or anytime during the week. Beautiful. Now we need some sauce here.
Okay, so here we have a sheet pan,
Yes.
and then you got some parchment paper.
Yeah, I waited a little bit.
And why did you do that?
I did that so when I put this tray on it, it doesn't move.
A little tip.
Yeah. And I always love to give my friends tips or what I know.
Sure.
So now we put mozzarella. And we put the ricotta cheese. Parmigiano cheese.
So kind of like a lasagna. Now we're gonna layer
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah, exactly.
You got the oven preheated
Oh yeah.
at what? 350?
350 for 20 minutes, covered, and then we leave it another 10 minutes uncovered.
And how many layers do you think you'll do with this?
2.
2?
How does it look?
Delicious.
Okay, so now we put more sauce.
How many times have you made this?
Let me see. I've been married in October. It's gonna be 53 years with my lovely husband. So I would say even if I did it 4 times a year at the beginning, because we always love to entertain. So am I gonna add it up or what? 212 and 53 years, but I would say maybe even for 300.
Okay, now we're gonna top it off with some mozzarella.
Yeah, mozzarella and Parmigiano because you can have a nice little crust
Yeah,
on top.
that's the best part.
Yeah, everybody loves that. Let's
Okay.
go to the oven. Okay, so now we cover it. Not too tight because we don't want the mozzarella to get stuck to the foil. And it's going in.
And then remind everyone how long it's gonna be in here for.
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
At 350. And it's a preheat oven.
Beautiful.
Okay. Ciao. Bye-bye.
So this has been about 30 minutes in.
Yes. So
Now
now
we-
we take the cover out. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so we'll leave it now for 10 minutes uncovered.
Okay, is the oven still on?
Yes.
Okay, so just so everyone knows that this has been sitting out for 10 minutes.
Yes.
It's cooled down a little bit. Ooh.